Farming is hard work. It keeps the farmer busy. A farmer never runs out of things to do. Several hours are needed to feed the animals. The rest of the day is busy with repair work, mowing, spreading manure, and maintaining the buildings. On top of that, during the busy seasons, there is planting and harvesting that has to be done as well. A farmer's day can be very long, normally 10 to 12 hours. It can be as much as 18 hours. Farming in the winter is even harder. Shorter daylight hours require the farmer to work after dark. During the winter and the spring, the farmer has to clean out the barns. He then uses this manure to fertilize the soil in order to produce better crops. It's a smelly, messy job, and it has to be done to keep the animals clean while enabling the crops to produce the best yield. I actually enjoy this job because there's no hard physical labor required of me. As good as International equipment is, even they won't stand behind their spreaders. I can see why. Without the crops, mainly corn, the animals could not be fed. Most of the farmers grow their own crops in order to feed their animals. Most farmers choose to grow their own feed. To do that, the farmer has to prepare the soil. This is done by either plowing or disking, as seen here. But not all crops require land tillage. With soybeans, a farmer can no-till. Stan Williams, a lifetime farmer, will explain this.
We'll go out there with a machine called a no-till planter. We haven't been in the field, we haven't done a thing to the field, other than we've sprayed our herbicides if the weeds are on their way. And then we come in with a double disc blade that opens the soil up, puts the seed in it, and then compacts it back, and that crop is on its way with one time over.
This planter you see here is $70,000, and the tractor is around $110,000. One could buy a nice house for this, but the house can't help produce crops. Can farmers make it with these prices?
Very hard to make a living for a man and his family off of the acreage that maybe his father and grandfather farmed. So therefore he has to increase his acreage just to have enough money to go around to support his family. Many people have been very discouraged in the last 10 years due to the increased cost of equipment, the increased cost of all the input expenses, be it fertilizers, seed, chemicals, and the markets have not really increased in price. In fact, now we're in a very low and depressed price. So the dollars that you generate at the end of the year are less than what starting salaries would be for about any other industry.
With modern technology, farmers are now able to hook up GPS instruments to their equipment. This allows the farmers to vary seed populations, as seen here with this planter. The GPS system allows a farmer to control the amount of fertilizer on each acre. When harvesting, the GPS system will show the farmer's yield in bushels per acre. Does GPS save money? Yes. It saves Stan several $1,000s on his fertilizer bill, even after his cost of $2 an acre to map with the GPS system. At this point, soybeans are just left to grow with no additional attention other than spraying for weeds. Corn needs to have nitrogen-rich soil for higher yield. This is a shot of nitrogen being added to the soil. This could have been done before the crop was planted. However, as noted earlier, farmers are very busy and this step can be pushed back until after the corn is planted. The yield of corn grown in nitrogen-enriched soil will be higher regardless of whether the farmer adds the nitrogen before or after the corn is planted. Soybeans complete their growing period in September, while corn completes in October. At this point, they are then harvested with a combine and either taken back to the farm or hauled to the granary.
The corn that goes to Lafayette, the processor there makes it into corn oil, and it further is processed into sweeteners. And so the corn sweeteners that is used in the food industry is purchased by companies like PepsiCo, any of the General Foods companies that want products like NutraSweet or things of that nature. They purchase a finished product from the processor in Lafayette. Soybeans travel by truck about 15 miles away from here to a processing plant owned by ADM, and they are the soybean is further processed into soybean meal and soybean oil.